live and
Hello.
oops,
Here we go.
here we go. We're
Hello,
live.
Doug.
What's up, Clara?
All right. So happy to be here. Let me adjust this.
Welcome everyone to the Clara and Doug
Yeah.
live show.
Yeah. Oh my God. Did I ever do a recap with you before on the
You've done
podcast?
one other. This is your second.
Oh my God. We've done so much together that I lost count from podcasts, from you name it, from everything that we've done. I love it. It's been quite a journey, huh?
Yeah. And so you're 2 months in and you're enjoying it. You're doing really well. Very proud of you. And guess who's back? Clara's back.
Yes, who's
Back
back?
again.
I am back. I
Clara's
am
back.
back. I am
Tell a friend.
back.
Yeah, but so this is
Yeah,
your second live recap. And so we'll go back over April. We've had a lot of episodes we'll
yeah.
have some to go back over and then we'll answer questions and go from there.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
All right. People filter in, but
Yeah, slowly,
yes, they'll be here,
it's a Wednesday,
That's right.
maybe some people are getting ready. Go get that. Okay. Happy hour. Okay. This is about happy news, happy hour, right, Doug? Next
That
time
is
we should
true.
get our little what do you do, Doug? Do you drink beer? Are you a beer man or are you a wine person? I know we talk
Um,
about wine tasting because you live on the beautiful
that's true.
Temecula.
Yeah, a little bit of both. More wine, red wines. I like
Oh,
hearty red wines. We have some nice ones in Temecula, so I like those. And then I know you like wine as well. I don't think you are a beer person.
I used to when I was younger, and then you get older, and yeah, no, I'm okay. You start choosing, okay,
Right.
antioxidants or gaining more weight. Of course, both of them help you gain weight, but moderation is about everything in life, right?
That's true. Yeah. We get more and we get more sophisticated, so we switch over to wine.
I know, I love it. As we drink wine, we get more sophisticated.
That's right. That's right.
Hello, Kimberly. Hello, Tiffany. Hi, refashion hippie. Hello, everybody. Hi.
Hey, Tiffany, Kim, Maggie, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Hello, the do-over. Hello, welcome. Welcome to our live session with Snoop Doggy. And I am Clara, the co-founder and co-CEO that I just can't stay away from my community. I tried, guys. I hire people and then no, I want to do it myself. I enjoy it. So I can't. I'm a reseller. I was a full-time reseller, just like yourselves. I built this perfectly out of my reselling income, and it was a solution that was supposed to work for me. But little that I knew, over 35,000 people would sign up for this software and start enjoying this incredible journey with us. It's been incredible. What can I say? Now I am. This is my second session with Doug. We're doing a monthly recap about our incredible project, the podcast, which is something that was born with Doug and Liz, and then we took over with Mandy, and now it's mainly Doug and myself, and Amanda will join us when she has time because she's very busy developing the auto sold, all those sync features.
That's right.
More things are coming this weekend. Oh,
That's what we hear.
the new copy button is gonna kill it. Okay, wow, that's gonna be incredible. So I'm excited. That's about Liz perfectly. But what do we tell about our audience about our seller community podcast, Doug?
So interestingly, that you should bring up your journey because our first episode in April, I interviewed you and Amanda, and we talked about selling, sourcing, and inventory. And so
Yes.
that was fun, and always illuminating. You got to tell how talk about the clothing vault, a little bit
Yep.
about list clothing, but a lot
Yep.
about how you sourced. And at first, you were based in California, and then you moved to Arizona. You did a little bit of back and forth, but a lot of little tidbits too. And I really
Yep.
like that you talked about talked about how you kind of converted your new garage, your new house to kind of accommodate what you had because you moved from the beach. So, maybe share a couple things you remember about that?
Well, what an incredible. Okay, number one, Amanda is crazy. Okay, don't ever let her drive a U-Haul. That woman used to be a sergeant in the military, so she drive all kind of weird stuff in the
There
military.
you
So she
go.
loves. So she was driving that U-Haul like if it was a sedan. I have to get in front of her to cut her down and slow down. We were tired. We made California to Arizona, and we were able to move 3,000 active listings and 1,500 on our money pile or death pile. That was back in, I want to say 2013, I believe, that we did the change here, 2013, 2014, maybe. And it was an incredible journey. We moved to Arizona because the cost of life back then was way much more affordable, and
Yeah.
the square footage, literally we went from a 2 bedroom 2 bathroom condo, 1,300 square footage, and this is like literally with like 10 other units. We went to a 2,000 plus square footage on a house and
Okay.
a 2-car garage. So for me, that increased our capacity of storage and everything. It was the best decision we've done, and I'm so happy you help us share that transition and moving the details of moving such an inventory. And even though we were so coordinated, it still was like 6 7 hours. Okay,
Yeah.
normally with the car at 110, okay, normally 100, normally because it's desert, it's like 5 hours and a half, 6 hours. This was like 7 and a half hours. It was intense. It was an incredible thing, but the best decision we've done ever. If you ever find yourself in a situation that you want to grow your reselling business, and like myself, we found plenty of sourcing um, options in Arizona. Goodwill here, guys. Oh my God, everything is dry clean. I don't know what's going on. Nothing, not even close to Goodwill, California.
Wow.
Goodwill, Arizona. Come on over. It's all Arizona. Okay, every Goodwill is managed differently. What I do like from Goodwill, California, is the Goodwill e-commerce division. Love them. Okay, but okay, when it comes to sourcing, I found plenty of resources here in Arizona, and that was also an important factor when we made that decision, Doug.
Sure, sure. Yeah, definitely. And that's interesting. And you still have those sourcing connections out in California.
Yes.
And you moved this stuff out and you had bagged it up when you were living by the beach and you came out into the dry area and then realized you had to convert over to accommodate what you were
Yep.
bringing.
Yes. Acclimated units here in Arizona. We call it sprammer. There is no spring. Okay.
Oh,
So
oh yeah.
there is no spring here. Okay. There is a sprammer. Okay. So
Yeah.
it's the weather is it's brutal. So if you have leather or anything that you have like high end items, you have to be very careful. Has to be a climate control unit. Otherwise, you're gonna suffer. Okay, we learned our own experience, so we got a lot of dry rot and a lot.
Yeah.
So it was challenging to say the least.
Interesting. And yeah, so welcome Tiffany, Kim, Celine is here. And so if there are any questions that come up, just pop them in the chat. They don't have to be related to what we're talking about. We also do ask us anything. Tiffany says the vintage game in Houston is big. I believe it. I
I mean,
believe it.
it's growing so much. I am just so grateful that I got to do vintage when literally everybody was like, "Oh, poor Clara. Oh, she's not making any money. Oh, you go, girl." Yeah, I did the same to Amanda, right? So guilty. Okay, I did the same thing. So, I'm so happy that has become more popular now because there is such a misconception that you don't make money when reselling vintage,
Sure.
and you don't need to make $1 million to be extremely profitable. I was doing 20x and I was on my way to do half a mil. And that's how I funded. Yes, not co-founded, okay, funded as in money
Yeah.
with my own money. Okay, list perfectly. There is no investors. I'm paying myself. All the technology you're using comes from my pocket. So I am just honored that something that was designed for me now is just helping so many. What can I say?
Yeah. No, it's amazing. It's an amazing story. And I thought about you
Yeah.
because this weekend I
Uh-huh.
was at the Rose Bowl for a big concert. but that's
Oh
where you
yeah.
used to go to the Rose Bowl flea market, which I've never been to. And the last time I was at the Rose Bowl was in 1988 for another big concert. But I did think about you. I'll have to show you some of the. I took some Rose Bowl pictures for you.
I love it. No, I am happy. Oh, I am like, I go to a Rose Bowl. I'm the queen. Everybody knows me. I'm like, I love it. That's my second home. It's I build incredible relationships. I recommend everybody to check their flea markets in your area, even if you are on maybe rural states. Okay, sometimes you have like church ramage sales. If it is a little more rural, it's hard
Mhm.
to do flea markets on those
Yeah.
areas, but I highly recommend you. Never, you would be surprised what you find on those places.
And it goes back to something we always say, which sounds funny, but it's always true.
Yeah.
One person's junk is another person's treasure. It's totally true.
Yeah, actually, tomorrow I'm gonna do an article. I'm gonna be interviewed about things that we are sometimes overseeing at home that we're just not maybe we're just tossing
Yeah.
and we could be reselling. So that's something that's very close to my heart, especially me because I have to do whatever it took to keep going with business. I even have to sell my mother's vintage, my mother's coat, and my mother's jewelry. I was able to flip $1,700 in 90 days at $30,000. And that literally, I will never forget my mom. Thank you, mom, my
Yeah.
angel investor.
Yeah. Yeah. The first, definitely. And I did notice Kim brought up her favorite thing that you've sold, the
Yeah.
Vicuna coats. She loves the
Oh
Vicuna. She's
my,
still seeking. She's still
I
looking for
love it. I
Vicuna
love it.
coats.
Don't forget, guys, Vicuna, the way also many people listed incorrectly as cashmere. And let me tell you the difference. But Vicuna is going to be thinner and lighter. It's thinner and lighter than cashmere. Cashmere actually is heavier. Okay. So you have traditional merino wool, then you have like brush wool, then you have cashmere, and then you can have like cashmere blends. Okay. And then you can have cashmere Vicuna blends, still very good money. Okay,
Yeah.
and then you have the Vicuna coats. Okay. So that's a top seller. Kimberly loves it. She's still looking for it. Keep looking on those state sales. They usually mislisted as a cashmere. So, hey.
There you go. Yeah, always look at those cashmere listed items. And then so people are talking about, like you said, stuff around the house, toilet paper rolls, medicine bottles, pine cones. I have, Claire, you have no idea how many wine corks we have in bags out in the garage.
I
So
love it.
those will sell.
Yep.
I have my friend Sergeant Reds, they're toy sellers.
Yep.
And so what they used to do is a couple of times they would go into houses and go in and they'd go and there'd be toys in the basement. And he basically paid a bunch of money to go in and clear out a house. And he found a giant chest full of buttons, like
Yeah.
buttons for like
Wow.
thousands and thousands. And he
I
sells
love
them
it.
in couple pound bags.
Buttons, I cannot even tell you. If you find the single button, okay, the navy, and I can't believe it. Anytime, guys, we're talking about one freaking button, $500.
Wow.
It has an anchor, and what makes it different is within that anchor, you have to have little stars in the edge.
Wow.
Okay, and if it looks new, don't get it. Okay, but those ones that we know, it feels a little heavier, okay, than the traditional modern plastic. So that's something, the value that there is on buttons, I cannot emphasize. You're absolutely right, Doug. And Kimberly saying toilet paper rolls, okay, medicine
Yeah.
bottles. I in one article that I was quoted, people didn't understood it, and they said new unopened toilet paper roll. They thought I was saying to resell
Oh,
the no,
no, you can't sell that.
no. No.
You get in trouble.
Yes. Oh, Kimberly, I am, because I have arthritis. So, Doug, I didn't know. And you taught me about, I never thought about medicine bottles. So, yes, I'm saving medicine bottles now. Remember, yes, this is about reselling, but also it's about decluttering your home and reducing landfills. You're
Yeah.
helping to reduce landfills. Believe me, we need help on that, especially in the first world.
And we'll talk about this in a little bit, but we had a couple, yeah, pine cones. We had a couple sustainability episodes that we did, but
Yeah.
next, because I want to talk too about
Yeah.
something we talked about recently with an interview we did where we talked about reusing shipping supplies, reusing
Oh,
boxes, all those different options. That's something to think about too to help the environment. But we've all got stuff around the house. I mean, I probably have stuff I can pick up now that I
yep,
should sell.
yep,
And then I know a lot of sellers that look around their house or they see, instead of seeing the item, they see dollar signs. And
yep.
my kids will say, "Don't sell. I'm done with this. Don't sell it," if they want to keep it. But otherwise, it goes in one of the bins.
That's right. No, no, everything around the house is, you would be surprised how much, even like I always say, broken electronics, okay, from a blender to a laptop,
Yeah,
to a microphone, to a lamp, okay. Don't underestimate, because that broken lamp, okay, even Teresa, I gotta give it to Teresa. Remember when she broke one plate and she sold it as mosaic?
yeah.
Genius. 20 freaking dollars. She
There
sold
you
it
go.
to, I think it was Norway or Denmark.
There you
And
go.
the person was static because she said that her granddaughter only liked, stuff that had a story behind it. And in that way, she felt like she was saving the planet. So, like we said, we have in our TikTok channel, I think that Celine is going to be publishing how Generation Z, the younger generations, okay, are so conscious
Yeah,
about their reason why they choose to buy from a certain seller. And
that's
that's
oh yeah,
something that
yeah.
you gotta embrace nowadays.
It factors in. And speaking of that, obviously we
Yeah.
have our blog, our wonderful the seller community blog at
Yeah.
listperfectly.com/blog. We
Yep.
have a blog post coming up. Kim Rose wrote about parts, selling parts of things, from
Uh-huh.
different things like games and toys to appliances, things like that. That's a huge business. Just because something's busted, don't don't think you can't sell it.
Exactly. So here it is, just from List Perfectly website. You can click here, blog, okay, and then we take you to the recent blog post that we have. How much does it cost to be a reseller? Kimberly Rose saying her journey, May 2022 update. List Perfectly May 22 updates, okay, and then we have List Perfectly sponsors for PHX Startup, an incredible event that we were part of. And look at Teresa writing about, do you review your monthly eBay invoice? I used to long time ago. I don't do anymore. I'll be honest. Okay. So I just wanted to share real quick this resource. And don't forget, when it comes to community, can you see the community?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. This is what Liz Perfectly Speak on, that Doug was talking. Here is this link to go to our seller community podcast.
And then, the seller community blog is great because it's a lot of content from sellers. It's content from sellers for sellers, and just so many different perspectives, so many different styles, and it's
That's
great.
right.
It's going really well. I'm very excited about it, and big things to come there too.
Congratulations to you, Doug,
Yeah,
for getting this coordinated and making it happen. Yes, there is a team behind you, but you're doing great at executing and delivering to our community on consistently basis. And I'm really impressed by that. Thank
no,
you.
thanks very much. I appreciate it, and thanks for your encouragement and support and guidance.
Oh, got it.
All
All
right,
right.
what's that?
Hold on.
What'd you say? Invoice.
Invoice. What's
Yeah, she's gonna. Well, Kim, you can go
Kimberly?
to the seller community blog and read Teresa's article, and she will show you where to go
Ay,
and what to
ay.
look at.
Exactly. LP, world domination. I
There you
love it.
go.
Ay, ay, ay. That was funny. You cracked me up.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I will say is wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. Wait and see. I'm serious. Wait and see.
Yes.
Okay, so Clara, then so after that episode, season 2, episode 17, motivation, focus, YouTube, and selling with Josh Varnell, Harry
Yeah.
Tornado. That was a fun one too.
Yeah, that was so enlightening talking with Josh. And I'm very excited because not only well, uh, thank you, Josh, for always for believing in Liz perfectly, and the how can I say, the belief and the love is mutual, and we're so honored also to be sponsoring his reseller retreat. Oh, he's gonna be announcing it. I can't say more, but yes, I think he's gonna be giving more details. But I'm so honored. This is very exciting. Also, with Josh, we had a chance to talk about his incredible reselling journey, and
Yeah.
how he was able to grow tremendously viral. He went viral. Is big on YouTube, and his honest reflection about YouTube, his perspective about reselling. Okay. And, that was very, very, very rewarding. Like I said, it allows me to get to know people that I thought I knew, because I met Josh in person on
Yeah.
Reseller Remix in Las
Yeah.
Vegas 2021. But here I am later interviewing him on the podcast, and I'm learning so many other details. So I can tell you that this is so, again, thank you. This is so rewarding.
Oh, well, no, thank you. I enjoy it. Thanks for hopping in. I'm glad that you like it. And it's like it is a lot of fun. We're very lucky.
Yes.
Um, and yeah, Josh is cool. He told us about his selling journey and his YouTube journey, and how, his wife was reluctant at first, but he got her in. The dog loves it, so they all do videos together. And it was cool because last week I took my son and his friend out for my son's birthday, and we had pizza, and we saw Doctor Strange too.
Yeah.
And my son's friend sells online with his mom. And so we were talking about selling online, and he said, "Oh, I watch a bunch of YouTubers." And he said that, and he
Uh-huh.
mentioned Harry Tornado is one of his favorites. And I said, "I know that guy," and he freaked out. So then I told Josh, and Josh was like, "Oh, small world." I was like, "No, you have a lot of followers, Josh. That's what it is. It's not. It is a small world, but you have a lot of followers, and you put out a lot of great, helpful content."
So now, Doug, you're cool with your son and your son's friend, because
Yeah,
Harry
thanks.
Tornado, Josh, aka Harry Tornado. That's amazing. We're in
Exactly.
the cool group now.
For a little bit. We'll see how long that lasts.
Ay, ay, ay.
And no, it's gonna be great to be a part of his event. We're doing a lot of events this year too,
Yes,
so
a lot of
keep an eye
events.
out. And
Yeah.
but that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, no, Tiffany says, Harry Turner is so influential. Sellers love him. Yeah, he's an incredible. He's so honest, transparent. He's not here to sell you or push anything that he doesn't believe in. And that's a kind of referral members, at least perfectly surrounds itself. And again, thank you, community, because we have no advertising, no sales team, and this is what makes this perfectly different.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, and
I We
go
will
ahead.
ask.
Yeah, I think the site is up, but they're still putting some things together. But we'll find out. And it is, let me look real quick.
Yeah, Tiffany Turner is saying have the tickets released for this event.
I believe so. It's called FlipCon, and it's at flipcon.net.
Awesome. All right. Oh, yes, he did mention that. Flipcon.net. All right.
Yeah,
Awesome. Thank you.
that'll sell out pretty quickly. It's the
Yes.
end of August.
Oh, and it's limited capacity, but I know he's gonna be limited, but there is, he's doing like an early uh they're opening early for the tickets. So I'm very excited about this event that Josh is doing. And we'll be there, Doug.
That's right. We will be there. It's gonna be awesome on the East Coast. Part of the, like Kim said, the world domination.
I love it.
And
Yeah.
then from there we did some cool stuff. We moved into that was Earth Month. And so
Yes.
we did a special Earth Day and Sustainability episode, season 2, episode 18, Earth Day and Sustainability, with Maggie Weber, who's here tonight. So Maggie Weber, Refashioned Hippie, and Katie Flynn, the Hippie Edit. So Claire and I interviewed both of those sellers who are very sustainable, and they gave a lot of tips. They talked about fashion and sustainability and selling, and that was something you could really connect with, Clara. And then Maggie too also told us the awesome stuff that both of her parents do.
Yeah. No, that's incredible. It was surprising to me to see that Maggie, through that event, okay, it's to learn what her parent does and then to have the honor to help, okay, what her parents are doing for the local community. I think she was on Philadelphia. I can't remember. Where was it?
Yeah, it's Philadelphia. Her
Oh, okay.
mom, I'll get the name of it in a moment. But so just so you know, so her dad collects peanut butter sandwiches for the homeless and hands them out, and he's been doing it for a couple years, and he does hundreds a week. And then her mom is working in Philadelphia, and let's see, it's called, I have it here, Sanctuary Village.
Oh,
So
there it
at
is.
tinyhousecommunity.org. And what's awesome about this, and yeah, Liz perfectly made a donation, so we're happy to help out. But she
Always.
builds houses for homeless that are in transition to, kind of help them get started again. And she told us it takes about 3 to 4 months when you're transitioning, to get started, get back on your feet. And
Yeah.
it's what these people don't have is they don't have a house, or they need someplace, they need a base. So they're not
Yep.
living in their car or on the streets. And this really helps. And so they're building an entire community there.
That's right. Hey Doug, I got a posse there. Lindsay saying, "Hey Doug, can you give us a sneak peek of on upcoming podcast? Love the pod."
Oh, all right, Lindsay. I mean, we've got a bunch of stuff coming out. Claire and I were talking earlier this week, and planning out a bunch of episodes. Next week, we're going to talk about the List Perfectly referral program. But we've got let me think. Let me look at my little list here. I mean, a lot of reach outs we're doing. We are going to do. We're going to get a little bit back into some of the seller stories. We're going to
Yep.
talk to
Rachel.
Rachel. We're going to talk to Rachel. We're going
Okay.
to talk to her about Poshmark and selling
Yep.
online. We're going
Rachel
to talk to,
Bagnick.
that's right, Rachel Bagnick. And we've got Renzi.
Yep.
We'll talk to them. So
Ryan
they're shoe
Lindsay.
sellers. And
Wait. I have to say this one. Lindsay, what if I tell you, okay, that and everybody, okay, what if I tell you we're going to interview to a very successful couple that is making, I'm going to let you tell you how much they're making, okay? They're just selling tennis shoes and they're in Poshmark and they're not sharing. They're not using bots to share. So I am so interested, Lindsay. It's coming to those of you that are selling in Poshmark. If you're going through some challenges with the change in algorithm and the reversal of the algorithm that Poshmark did, rest assured we have an incredible episode coming about how to from resellers that are very successful in Poshmark and how are they doing it without sharing and no need to share all day on getting carpal tunnel.
they're like List Perfectly. They break all the rules. We do it all our own way. So we've got them coming up. Couple, we're in works with some other big influencers that are going to come on the show. We're going to touch base with some of our partners. We're going to talk about Sizely. We're going to talk with WorthPoint. We're going to get PhotoRoom back on. That's going to be
Yep,
cool. See what they're doing, some of that new stuff. And then just, a lot of other sellers. And again, talking about community, seller journey, and, where they're selling, and, just all learning from each other.
that's right. That's
And
right.
Teresa Cox will come on. She's going to talk.
Yes.
We're going to do international shipping. We're going to talk about inventory.
Yes, international shipping, inventory. That's where she excels. Is incredible. She does many things great, but the way she always explained those things is incredible. 25 plus years of experience. We're so first user of List Perfectly.
That's true. That's true. And you can hear her story last week on the Seller Community Podcast, and how she was so instrumental in helping, kind of helping List Perfectly grow early on, and then it just kind of exploded. You're like a rocket, just kind of exploded and went from there. And we say roller coaster, but roller coasters go up and down. We're going up, so it's more like a rocket. I like rocket better.
Exactly. Hey, I just wanted to wrap up with the refashion hippie with Maggie, that sanctuary village, okay, inbred drop, okay, so proud, okay. He did, her dad, okay, and her parents actually did 4,200 sandwiches last week in backpacks of toys for homeless children. Thank you,
That's
Maggie,
awesome.
for sharing the incredible mission of your parents, and of course, what is it like they say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Look at you, always um, being a conscious buyer, a conscious seller, and most importantly, a conscious entrepreneur.
That is true. That is true. And then, so Refashioned Hippie, follow her at Refashioned Hippie. And
That's
then
right.
Katie Flynn is at the Hippie Edit, and they are always sharing sustainability tips and how selling helps sustainability and fashion tips and tips about what brands to support.
Yep.
Some of them are getting better, but there's still ways to go. But we are improving. What's up,
That's
Leslie?
I
Nice to
love
see
it.
you. And then, so yeah, and then we followed along. So what we
Uh-huh.
did from there is we also announced that we had Amanda knew about an organization in your area in
Yep.
Phoenix, Arizona, called Fabric. And
That's
so
right.
what they do, they're kind of based at ASU, and they're called an incubator. So basically, what they do is they provide a means for fashion sellers to kind of grow
for
their brand.
anybody for anybody to become a disruptive and innovative uh, seller with a what is it called, with a purpose that is to be sustainable and reducing landfills,
Yes.
and that not only they give you the resources, the education, they give you the classes, they help you to ship it, they help you to get your branding. It's just they do everything. If you have any idea, that's what we did right now. If you have to, and this is something that I always tell, what's your mission? What's your vision as a reseller? Because if you can resell and show that you're helping, to reduce landfills, and you have that mission to be sustainable, that, okay, by itself, it'll help you grow your business tremendously. So that was the reason why we were talking with Angela about sustainability, sustainable fashion, disrupting um, fashion industry, okay, with sustainable maybe projects, whether you want to upcycle clothing, maybe you want to recycle them, okay. There's so many different things you can do. Come and educate yourself. You can certainly, the old days that you couldn't make money and be sustainable are gone, okay. Now it's literally people want to know you have that
Yeah.
mission and how you're doing it, and they want to see your videos. They want to see that you're doing the work. And if you can show that, buyers get really excited. So please listen to that episode. Okay. I highly recommend you. If you're reselling fashion, if you have a pile, let's say you have a pile, I call it the money pile. Some people call it the death pile. Okay. Let's say you have a pile of stuff that you can't even sell. We all have that pile of stuff that is unlisted, and the pile that doesn't sell no matter what you do to it. Okay. Just know that, for example, there is Leslie Tucker in Instagram. She's doing so well at doing, for example, old navy sweaters, and she's upcycled them, and she does like a tie-dye. So incredible. All those things you can't sell, you just do a tie-dye and people love it. It's
Yeah.
one of a
And
kind.
that is amazing. And Angela Johnson was telling us at her website, angelajohnsondesigns.com, she has done she makes formal dresses from vintage and recycled t-shirts, 28 t-shirts for a dress. And she does themes, or she does different things, wedding dresses, formal gowns, cocktail attire.
Yep.
And it's super cool what she's doing. And then Fabric too, I was amazed that they have that means to do almost like outfits on demand. So you have a design and you don't have to do a giant run like most clothing
Exactly.
brands would have to do.
No,
You could
limited
do,
edition.
yeah,
Limited edition. You don't
yeah.
need to. If your problem to take off your clothing brand or your upcycle gig, okay, is that most company are gonna be like, oh, you gotta do 1,000 so I can get you a deal. No, these people will do like a limited edition, a batch of 100, a batch of 50. So that's that. I was impressed. Fabric is incredible. Is here in Arizona, in Phoenix, and that we're so happy that we were. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Liz. Perfectly. Angela Johnson Designs. It's incredible. Yeah. Tiffany says, Doug, the sustainable episodes were my favorite this past month. It's not a scary topic when it's discussed with positive outlooks. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of times it does sound scary, but we, frankly, we talked and we laughed, and it's not a funny topic, but that's just kind of how we are. We're very conversational, and but Angela told us some stuff, gave us some facts, and it's just, here's what we do to support the fashion industry, and we learned a lot from Maggie and Katie too,
that's
and
right. That,
yeah,
oh
her
my God.
upside cycle dresses are amazing.
Yes, they are. Now back to Maggie and Katie. That was incredible to hear from some active resellers that are not only active on e-commerce, all right, they're very active on social commerce, both of them.
Yeah.
So that was I was very impressed of how they were able to merge their mission and vision of their e-commerce with their social commerce, and that's something that I highly recommend to all of you to do. Business and Pro Plan of List Perfectly can take you to Instagram, and that's a great. It doesn't cost you anything extra. You can show their listings. Okay, you can cross post listings and show people what you're selling on eBay or maybe on Poshmark, and that's just something that I highly recommend. Or maybe you show if you're doing upcycling like Leslie Tucker does. Okay, maybe a reseller passion. Okay, incredible. Just go and see it. She's showing in the back end how she's doing that. People love it.
And it's fun. That's what Maggie tells us. It's a lot of fun too,
Yep,
to take something and transform it. And yeah, Leslie Tucker is great. She does some cool stuff. And yeah, that's the link to that episode. And so Clara, that's interesting. Lindsay asked. So Clara and I at some point soon we are gonna do a social commerce episode because it's something we're both passionate about. And interestingly, Clara's talked about this, but very early on at the clothing vault, you were doing social commerce early on before it was really a super popular term like it is right now. You were doing stuff on Instagram, you were doing stuff on Pinterest because you realized that you're using social to share your stuff. You're tying content into to kind of reach a bigger audience.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The same inventory now that instead of paying for eBay, maybe I'll be honest, instead of I didn't pay for eBay promoted listings. Okay.
Yeah.
I love eBay, but I think I'm already paying you enough fees. Okay. That's just my perspective. And I had an
Yeah.
anchor store, and everything. So I wanted, instead of growing, okay, that department of eBay, I decided to put my energy on doing social commerce, but it's not for everybody. I still struggle with Instagram. People, I still struggle. Okay, I only knew how to open and I know how to cross post, okay, the listings with List Perfectly, but if you ask me to do a story, a reel, I freak out and I'll go the opposite way. Okay, I have an incredible team that helps me with that, but other than that, I feel you. If you're intimidated by Instagram, you're not alone.
Yeah, and social media, using it as a seller, something I used to talk about a lot at eBay, and it's just kind of like it's another way that's out there. Find a platform that you like. If you're
Yep,
comfortable with video, you do video. If you're comfortable with images, do images. A
that's right.
lot of stuff right now is leaning towards short video, so you might want to keep that in mind. But if you're not comfortable on TikTok, don't use TikTok. There's different reasons to use everything, but there are a lot of tools out there now. You can pay for exposure, but you can also do it and just kind of grind it out with that organic content and do it for free.
That's right. Hey, look at, hey, a pure, pure pure plea, a pure plea. I can't say it. Okay, it's asking, do we have to subscribe or pay to listen to this podcast? And that the good news is I'm gonna take you to, we're gonna go to the Seller Community Podcast, okay? And here it is, okay? It's open and free to everybody. All right. We have, here it is, Angela Johnson talking about disrupting with sustainability. We're talking about List Perfectly Entrepreneurs and Tech Innovation, Earth Day and Sustainability with Maggie Weber, Refashion Hippie, and Katie Flynn, the Hippie Edit. Then we have more episodes, for example, Motivation, Focus, YouTube, and Selling with Josh Barnell. This is all open for everybody. You can go to our Seller Community Podcast website. It's available in Apple Podcasts. It's available also in YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, Pocket Cast, Google Podcast, Breaker, Radio Public. All right, here it is, and available for everybody. No need to pay a single penny.
Yeah, and that's one of the many free resources that we have. So available on all your streaming websites. And where Clara pointed out at the sellercommunitypodcast.com, that's where we have transcripts. So you can read a transcript of the episode. Some people like to read along. And you can, or that's easy for notes. And then you
That's
can
right.
also go there because you've got all the links that we talk about in the episode. But it's free. Not everybody offers a free podcast. We do, and we don't have like a premium podcast level. It's all free. We put it out there, and we do it all in-house on our own.
Yes.
Like we do pretty much everything on our own, but we
Everything.
do it all in-house, every part of it.
Hang in there, Doug. We'll get you help.
Thank you. And yes, we do have a blog, listperfectly.com/blog. And we
That's
do
right.
that. Well, we get a little bit of outside help with that, with some writing, but
Yes, we
another free
do.
tool. And we've got what other free tool? We've got the Facebook group,
YouTube. Yep.
YouTube. Great content on YouTube. Teresa's Listing 101 right now on Tuesdays at 9. Every
Mhm.
few weeks we move that time around. And what that
Yep.
is basically a live availability with Teresa Cox, who's been selling on eBay for 25 plus years.
The difference is that for our audience, that session with Teresa, Listing 101, is not streamed to any social media channel, is not recorded for a later view. So if you are camera shy or you're looking for a one-on-one session where you just want to keep it there, okay, at that level, Listing 101 with Teresa Cox.
And then and that's great every week. And she doesn't just talk about List Perfectly. She ties in some
Reselling.
experience, from all the platforms.
Yep.
And then obviously, if you are not, I'm going to put the link here right now. If you're not in the
Thank
Facebook
you.
group, you got to do that too. I mean, that's our community. That's our online community. And
That's
it's
right.
not just about List Perfectly. We're in there, but it's a ton of sellers, and
Yep.
they will answer platform questions. They will answer List Perfectly questions. They will
That's
answer
right.
selling questions.
Yep.
Amazing resource.
So we have incredible partners that we want to say thank you. At least Perfectly PhotoRoom, that is powering our ProPlan image manager with the background remover. We have incredible tools like WorthPoint that will help you see the selling trends of an item up to 20 freaking years.
Yeah.
And then we have incredible Sizely that will help you to present on a picture the measurements on a template that is going to be on a picture of the measurements you're taken from an item, so your buyers can visualize those measurements and you can protect yourself from any returns.
Yeah, that's good. All great resources to help you get more sales. And that background remover is amazing. I love it.
Yes. Speaking about it, this Friday, I'm going to be talking about on the live that we do on YouTube. I'm going to be talking about image management with List Perfectly, all different plans, because remember that we added so many features to all image managers on different plans. So this Friday, subscribe to List Perfectly YouTube. Join us with Doug. We're going to be talking live about our image managers.
It's going to be awesome. youtube.com/listperfectlyyt. And so I'll, of course, get to talk about how I take my pictures on mobile, and that's how I start my drafts.
That's right. That's right.
All
No,
right. So next episode, this was a fun. This is one, Clara. This is probably one of my favorite episodes. So what
Yeah.
we did an episode, season 2, episode 20, List Perfectly: Entrepreneurship and Tech Innovation. So what we did is I interviewed you and Amanda, we interviewed Teresa, and we interviewed Patrick. And so you and Amanda talked about entrepreneurship. Teresa talked about her List Perfectly journey and how she was user number 1.
Yep.
Patrick talked about his tech journey and how he was employee number 1. And you have to listen to it. But so what we did for this episode though is we took kind of not all of it, some of the best parts, and made it into one episode about entrepreneurship and List Perfectly's tech innovation, and that kind of tied into Phoenix Startup Week.
That's right.
But and then the last 3, so we've kind of done a big series. The last 3 weeks we released the full episodes of each of those interviews. So, listen to that, and but the full episodes go much deeper. And then,
Yes.
you and Amanda got a chance to talk about entrepreneurship, your experience, your growth. Teresa talked about, I love the eBay Open 2019 stories, and I love how, you got together with her. And then Patrick, what's amazing about Patrick is he admits that when he met Amanda, he was not a programmer. He was barely learning, but he had e-commerce experience. And like you guys said, he committed to learning, because he said, we're not going to babysit you. If
Nope.
you come on, you got to learn that code. And he did. Look where he is now. He's List Perfectly's director of innovation,
Yep.
coming up on his 3-year
Yeah,
anniversary with List
that's
Perfectly,
right.
and
That's
doing,
right.
amazing stuff.
Yes, incredible. And he's in charge of a new sync button. So it's been incredible with the whole team. So, he keep us posted of those incredible updates. And what can I say? The tech team is just with Amanda and Patrick, and everybody else. Okay, I couldn't be more grateful.
And the mobile experience was updated this week, and a seller told us that whoever made those changes deserves a kiss on the mouth. So we told that individual this morning, and he was very pleased.
I love the answer from Constantine. He was like, okay. Developers are so cute. It's like, he was like, okay.
He wasn't sure what to think.
I loved it. I loved it. Thank you, Kimberly.
Yeah, and we will definitely talk about mobile on Friday with our image management discussion.
That's right.
So let's go back to entrepreneurship, Clara. So there's a couple of things you say, and we've been working together, I guess 1.5 years now, if you count it all together.
Yep, that's
so
right.
You've been very influential, especially when I came on List Perfectly full time, and you told me a couple different things, and a couple of my favorites are, and I would love you just a couple to comment. So don't let fear influence you. Get beyond the fear. And then, that's where you really shine, when you get beyond the fear. Don't freak out, get beyond the fear.
Yes.
And then so talk about that. And then I would love you to say a couple of things about don't chase the money.
Oh, so you can understand we all have fears. We're human. Okay.
Yeah.
You can't suppress fear. That's it. Okay. You can't. The second you start suppressing fear, you're going to become a person that is loaded with rage. And then it's going to come out at any time horribly. Okay. With those that we love. So I always say when it comes to fear, we all want to excel. And I remember how you were so excited when you came on board. You wanted to do everything perfectly, right? And I'll never forget Doug. And I was like, Doug, that, you don't have to be afraid of making an error or failing, it's okay. We got each other's back, there is no other way around that going through it and making those mistakes. Okay. Maybe for an established company when like eBay, that's okay because you already have a set of routines. You already discover everything. But when you're in a startup like List Perfectly, you have to be willing to put yourself out there. And I remember we talked about it, and I'll never forget when you were like, oh, wow, I'm not going to get punished for making mistakes. No, because there is no rules, there is no, yes, we do have them, but when it comes to figure out that it's perfectly way, we're building it every day. So
Yeah.
I think that was something that for me was important to share with you, in the allowing you to be comfortable with making mistakes, and making them part of eh, everybody's daily life, and not because you are making, it's because we have to make them, because we're figuring this out. It's new. There is no other way, so we're gonna err so much until we get success, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, and learn from your mistakes and improve and move on and be honest. So thank you. I appreciated that. It was very helpful. Yeah, and they say when you get beyond, so there's in fear you've got fight or flight, or Amanda added freeze, which is interesting. Is like you can fight, you can flight, fly, or you can fear,
Yep.
but but fighting it, I don't think it's necessarily a violent thing. It's like
No.
you're gonna conquer that fear, and
Yes.
once you get past that fear and move on, that's where you can grow and succeed. And
Yeah.
then it just ties in too. Is like List Perfectly is a startup. We're a small. We move super fast, and the advantage there though is we can innovate and disrupt super quickly,
Yeah.
and we can turn that car, that bus super quickly
Really quick.
because Amanda's driving and she drives fast.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're Speedy Gonzalez for sure. We won it yesterday.
And then part of
Oh,
the
I wanted
story.
to add, with
Go
the
ahead.
chase the money. Sorry, Doug. Before I forget, okay, that I always say don't chase the money. Yes, I don't take me wrong. I'm not saying, hey, go and work for free. And
Yeah,
remember, I come from Argentina. Okay, I'm not telling you go to a nonprofit, and hope that someone will make a donation to you. No, what I'm saying is try to sell something, or try to do something, or when you're reselling on this, of course, I'm just going to share with you when you resell, but try to do something that is close to your heart. Maybe this handmade pottery, literally, because this is handmade, you have no idea, this is heavy, sign. Maybe handmade stuff is close to you. Maybe electronics is
yeah,
something that, or Josh Barnell, he likes golf clubs, because he's like, I don't have to try hard. It's just I'm good at that. He knows good. He sees a golf club. He knows if it is like a $2 million golf club or just a 799.
yeah, yeah. And it's something you love, something you're into. It makes it fun. I like
That's right.
music stuff. I like books. So, that's the kind of stuff I sell. Video games, because, that's what I'm into. That's what I know about. Lindsay has a great suggestion. Lindsay says, I'd love to hear more of the LP team on the podcast. And so, yeah, we're definitely going to
Oh,
do
it's
that.
coming. It's coming.
It's coming. Actually, listen in next week. You're going to hear a new team member who did really well.
Well, not new team member,
Well, new team,
Tiffany.
yeah, new to the podcast.
Tiffany's been in list perfectly before you, man.
That's right. That's right.
But no, that would be a new, Lindsay. It'll be a new podcast, okay, with Tiffany Turner. She is our marketing manager, and she is incredible at communicating with our referral members. We're very excited for Tiffany, and she manages Instagram
Definitely.
and more.
And more.
Wait,
Yeah.
I run, okay, YouTube and more. Okay, sorry, Tiffany, I didn't mean to disrespect you. Okay.
Other duties.
Yes.
So let's see. So yeah, we talked about that. Um, and then, we talked more. Yeah, then again, we had the full episode. So the past 4 weeks, have been very List Perfectly heavy, but that's okay. We
Yeah.
talked about entrepreneurship, Teresa's List Perfectly journey, and then Patrick's tech journey.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to learn about List Perfectly, those are the ones to listen to. Check out the blog, and then a lot more coming.
Yes, that's right. So we gave teasers for next week, okay, and that's Lindsay. It's giving us a lot of great questions and feedback. We love it. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. But What a journey with the Seller Community Podcast. This is your home, okay? For those of you, this is not only restricted to List Perfectly or whoever we choose. If you're interested in sharing, this is your home. So if you're interested in sharing maybe, whether it's a blog or something, we are all about the seller community, in the anything we can do to help you grow and listen to you better. Right, Doug?
Yeah, definitely. Always feel free to reach out. We're all here. We're part of the community. We're all literally the whole team. We all sell online, different levels. Not everybody can be a Teresa Cox. I'm definitely not. And we all use List Perfectly. We meet a couple times a week and we work within List Perfectly together. We get previews of what's coming. We get previews of what's been released and kind of a deep dive, because if you don't understand what you're working with, or you don't believe in it, or you don't love it, it shows.
It
And then
shows.
we're all also part of the seller community too. Go
Yep.
to our social media, and we're all posting about selling, posting about what we love, posting about List Perfectly.
Exactly. There. Thank you for saying that. Okay, people want to buy from people that love. They can smell. If you're chasing
Mhm.
the money and you're just trying to make that quick buck, people can smell it. So be ready. If you're gonna be doing on that business plan, be ready to start giving free shipping, sales and so forth. But when people know that you're passionate about it, because you are describing even that little dot that is, this one makes it like a unique, this is the one that the I don't know, that the artist, this is the best version of that batch. Okay. So you see what it's just the excitement. People want to buy from other people that are not chasing the money, if
Yeah,
you please.
exactly. And no, and people can tell we've got a great team. We all love our job. We all support each other. We've all got each other's backs, and we just part of that is communication, and it comes from the top. So thank you,
Thank
Clara,
you,
and
Doug.
thank you, Amanda.
Thank you, Mandy. This has been awesome, Doug.
But Clara, I
Oh,
have been informed that we've used back at the headquarters, we've used our scientific process to choose our winner, our randomly selected winner.
I forgot
Yeah,
the
we
winner.
do that
Yes,
every
yes,
week.
yes. Okay, what did the team say? Okay, who won?
So the winner is
Ta-da!
Lindsay.
Lindsay!
Thank you, Lindsay. Lindsay,
Congratulations!
the crowd is freaking out. So
Congratulations!
Lindsay, what'll happen is if you can shoot Tiffany at listperfectly.com an email, you will win a Seller Community Podcast t-shirt and a free month of List Perfectly. So you can
Right.
also use that to upgrade. So if you want to upgrade or try out a different plan, this is going to be great for you. So thanks, Lindsay. And Lindsay just asked next. So Lindsay, next week's episode is about the List Perfectly referral program.
Oh yes, so yeah. There with Tiffany Turner, our marketing manager. As
Yes,
you wanted, you ask and see how fast we deliver. You
that's
just said you
right.
wanted to see more List Perfectly team members. There, you ask and we deliver.
We knew it. We knew you would ask.
Oh, I love it. Oh my, today is my lucky day, says Lindsay. Oh, Abel's treasures. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Lindsay. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Celine.
Thanks everybody for coming. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
That's
Uh,
right. You have a wonderful day.